Welcome to the first of its kind series of conversations that shall inspire you, make you think, and truly touch your heart. Little Khayal series is a special initiative of Shrota House that attempts to bring together today's young and bright generation of children who have stepped into the world of Indian classical music and expert practitioners of these art forms across the world. Listen to their candid conversations around various aspects of music practice while learning about their musical journeys. You take away lessons for life no matter who you are or where you are in this world. We hope this series gives you useful insights in general and that you enjoy listening to the raw, honest, and straightforward words of these children straight from their hearts. There is definitely something for everyone to learn and appreciate. Without further ado, we present to you with lots of love our inquisitive children alongside sadhaks of music who have dedicated their lives to admire, practice, and celebrate the Indian classical art music. Welcome to episode 2 of Little Khayal series. Today, Master Anoush Parikh shall be conversing with Dr. Nishad Matange, who is a microbiologist and an exponent of Hindustani classical music, a vocalist and a performer.
Pa sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa ni dha pa ma ga ma re ga ma pa ma re ga sa pa sa pa sa ni dha ma pa dha ni pa ma ga ma pa sa ni ni dha pa pa ma pa dha ni ni dha pa pa ma ma ga ma pa dha pa pa ma ma ga re sa re ga ma pa pa dha ni ni sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa ni dha pa ma ga re pa sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa ni dha pa ma ga ma re ga ma pa ma re ga sa pa sa
Hey Anush.
Hi Rishab Bhaiya, I'm eager to talk to you today.
As am I.
I have been taught Shadas, Rishabh, Gandhar, Madhyam, Pancham, Dhairvas and Nishad are the Indian notes and you are named after me, the note me.
That's right.
So does that mean that your parents were interested in music?
Yes, actually it does. My mother is a classical singer and she's also a music teacher. And that's why, I guess she decided to name me after a musical note. My father doesn't sing himself, but he sings, but he's not a trained singer, but he's very, very interested in classical music. So that is in fact the reason why my name is so musical.
Please tell me about your family background.
Sure. Okay. So as I said, my mother is she's a musician and a music teacher. My father is a telecom engineer actually, and he used to work in. So I grew up in Bombay where my father was working, and my mother was teaching in schools for most of my childhood, and she would teach music at home and things like that. We come from a Maharashtrian family, and so music and theater and art, etc., were things that were constantly discussed. We were exposed to them as children. So I think that the background in the family was was great to nurture this musical talent that I had and musical interest also that I had. But my grandparents, my grandmother was also my mother's mother. She used to play the sitar actually, and my grandparents were also really fond of classical music, etc. So there's this the environment in the house was really supportive for pursuing any kind of art form, etc. But my parents were equally insistent that I should study hard and I should get an academic education as well. And I think that they kind of emphasize that both of these two tracks in my life should be I shouldn't neglect any one of them. So that's the kind of home that I come from.
So, before I go to the next question, Ira was getting me ready for the interview.
Okay.
And she started the interview in Hindi. So
All right.
So I didn't know what you call. Tell me about your family background in Hindi. So I said, तुम्हारे परिवार के पीछे वाले रास्ते, your family background. It's the only thing I could think of.
What language do you speak at home? Do you speak English at home with your parents, or do you speak in some other language also?
English, Gujarati, both.
So do you know what family background is called in Gujarati? No, good. So this is something you should find out. Actually, this is a good point. I speak Marathi at home, but I don't know if there's a literal translation for family background to Marathi. I think this is something that we both have to find out. Okay. Notes taken.
Where were you born and raised?
Okay, so I was born in Delhi. My father was working in Delhi at that time. But we moved to Bombay, I think when I was about 5, maybe, when I was 5 years old, just a little bit younger than you. You're 7, aren't you, Anush?
Yes.
Yeah, so a couple of years younger than you. And we moved to Bombay because my father changed his jobs. And so I grew up in Bombay. I finished my undergraduate education in Bombay. And I was in Bombay for 15 odd years. After that, I moved to Bangalore for a few years where I was studying. And now I live in Pune. But I grew up, but my heart belongs in Bombay because that's where most number of years of my life was spent. What about you? Have you lived in Pune all your life? Were you born in Pune?
Yes.
Yes. So you're a full Punekar, you are.
Did you fight with your sister?
Yes, I did. And I think I'm a younger brother. My sister is 5 years elder than me. You're also a younger brother, right, Anush? I know that you have an elder sister.
Yes.
So I think all younger brothers fight with their sisters, and I also did the same. And I think I used to fight with her, but I also really liked to imitate her and do several of the things that she does. So I remember when we were little, my sister had joined a Bharatnatyam class. She wanted to learn how to dance Bharatnatyam. And I also said, I'm also going to do Bharatnatyam. So I also went and joined that class. And really, I think my interest in Bharatnatyam was just that my sister was going there. So I really used to want to be like her, do various things like her. I used to want to sit with her friends when she was sitting and gossiping with her friends about something, etc. But yes, we used to fight a lot also, I think, and it was great fun fighting with my sister. So I think I miss those days when we used to sit and fight.
Who's your guru?
Who's my guru? Okay, that's a great question. So I have 3 main people that I learned music from, who I think of as my gurus. The first is my own mother, actually. So as I said, she's a singer and she used to teach music at home and in various schools in Bombay. And so my first music teacher naturally was my mother itself, right? Because she was at home. Uh, After learning from my mother, I started learning from Srimati Manik Bhide, who lives in Bombay, in Dadar. And she is a disciple of Gana Saraswati Kishori Amonkar. Have you heard of Kishori Amonkar ji? Have you heard the name Kishori Amonkar? Yeah. So Manik Tai, we call her Manik Tai. So she is Kishori Amonkar ji's student. And I learned music from Manik Tai for several years. After that, when I was in Bangalore, I started learning music from Pandit Rajshekhar Mansoor, who lives in Bangalore. And these are the three people that I've been learning music from. But at the moment, I'm training with Dr. Ashwini Bhide Deshpande, who is Manik Tai's daughter. So I'm learning from my second music teacher's daughter now. So those are all the people that I have learned music from. What about you? Who do you learn music from, Anush?
I learned music from Sucheta Sai Paranste.
Oh, very nice. And you also learn music in school, or you only go for private classes?
In school also.
So who teaches you in school? What is your music teacher's name?
In first standard in prep,
Huh.
it was Mrs. D'Souza. Now
Okay.
since it's online, they mixed up the they made the girls and the boys study together.
Oh, okay.
So there were classes A, B, C, D, E. Those are all the divisions. So they study
Okay.
together.
Okay, but does Mrs. D'Souza teach you still, or is there a new teacher?
I don't know because school hasn't started yet. Third standard.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. All right, good.
How did your guru teach you?
Okay, so because I had so many gurus, I'll give you answers specific for each guru. Okay, so my mother, because she was my mother, it was very nice because we would just, I was at home, she was at home, so we would sit whenever we both had time to sing. What she would do initially is that she would teach me. Let's say she was teaching me Rag Bhupali. Have you learned any bandishes in Bhupali, Anush? No. Okay. So Rag Bhoop was, I think, the first rag that my mother taught me. And she would teach me a bandish, a composition, and then she would teach me a few alaps and tans. And that was how it started. But as I started to pick up what she was teaching me, after some time, she would just give me the bandish and she would make me do the alap on my own. And she would correct me where I was going wrong, right? So that's how my mother started teaching me and continued to teach me. Manik Tai was more when I went to Manik Tai, I was already singing, right? I was already a little bit. I had already learned. So she would teach me. I remember I used to go after college sometimes. So I would finish college and I would go to her place for singing. And so she used to always give me a cup of tea and something to eat with it because I had just come from college. And then we would sit and we would sing, and she would teach. She would really go into the depths of every rag. So it was not limited to a few alaps and a few tans. She would, teach me how to develop a rag, how to explore a rag. Rag has 7 notes. What are all the combinations that you can make with these 7 notes? Which of these combinations are allowed, which are not allowed? Those are the kinds of things that she taught me. And I really learned, what is called stylized singing, performance singing from her. When I went to Pandit Rajshekhar Mansoor and now with Ashwini Tai, the teaching is more, learning new compositions, learning new rags. It's not so much about, how to explore the rag, more about, what are the different rags that we have? What are the uncommon rags that, not everybody is aware of, maybe some secret treasure that the Gharana has, etc. So those are the things that I'm learning now. But different teachers, different times in my life, the teaching methodology also was different. Oh, but I should mention one thing. So my mother used to make me write everything in a book. Okay, so I would write the bandish down, the words. I would write the alaps down. I would write the tans down. And the first time I went to Manik Tai, to learn music. I took my book because I was used to writing everything in a book, right? So I took my book and I sat with her and I opened my book. And you know what the first thing she said to me was? Can you guess? She said, close that book. Because if you write something in that book, it will stay in that book. So Maniktai's method of teaching was, while you were sitting in front of her, you had to learn it there, it's there and then itself. And then later you can write it in your book. Whereas my mother used to make me write in the book. So that was a major difference in the way that these two teachers taught me.
Were you ever nervous before a performance?
Oh yeah, I'm always nervous before a performance. Every time. It never ends. You know. Are you nervous before a performance?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So what do you do when you're nervous?
I don't know, I just stay nervous.
Okay, you stay nervous. Okay. But then when you start singing, the nervousness goes away, right? Or it stays throughout the song. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've also
Little by
noticed.
little it goes.
It goes little by little. Yeah, I know. So before, I always get nervous before I've started singing. You know, you sit on the stage, there's this microphone in front of you. There are people, you know, sitting in the audience looking at you and they're all thinking, oh, what is this person going to do today? What is he going to sing? Is he going to sing something different? And all of that makes me very nervous. But then usually when I tune the Tanpura and then I start playing the Tanpura and then you start singing, and after the first couple of notes, usually the nervousness goes away on its own. But yeah, I get nervous. Absolutely.
I have a tip.
Okay, please give me a tip.
Laugh it all out. Like crack
Laugh
a
it
joke
all
to
out.
yourself.
Okay. All right. I'm going to try this out next time for sure. Tell me a joke, na, that I can tell myself when I'm nervous.
Mama told me not to say this, so I'm not going to say it.
Okay, you tell me later. You tell me privately later. Okay.
But I can tell you another joke.
Okay, sure.
So the judge says to the accused, aren't you ashamed? This is the third or fourth time you've come here.
Huh.
Accused. Sir, I come here once in a while, but you come here every day. So, Ramu to Shamu. You know, I stared in a tiger's eyes for 10 minutes today. Shamu. How? Didn't you get scared? Ramu. No. The shopkeeper said I could either buy the toy or get out of the shop. What do microbiologists do?
What do microbiologists do? Why do you want to know what microbiologists do?
Because you're a microbiologist.
Because I'm a microbiologist. That's right. So I studied microbiology, and right now I work as a researcher and a teacher, and I teach microbiology. So do you know what a microbe is? What is a microbe?
A small organism.
Small organism, right? So microbiology is trying to understand how these tiny organisms that you can only see with a microscope, how do these organisms live, how do they grow, what do they eat, etc. And you know, the pandemic that we're all in, you know, the virus that has, you know, locked us all in our house is also a kind of microorganism. So some microbiologists study viruses like the coronavirus. I don't, but some do. So that's what microbiologists do.
How do you manage your riyas and your job at the same time?
How do you manage your riyas and your job at the same time? Oh, you know, a lot of people ask me this, but it's not so difficult, you see, because I've been singing since I was in maybe 9th standard or something like that. So I've been singing since I was 13, 14 years old. Before that, I used to do dramatics in school. And so I used to invariably be involved in some practice or the other, some theater workshop, something used to always be happening. Then when I started singing, it was 10th standard, 12th standard. There was a lot of studying happening, but I was already in the habit of keeping aside, a few hours in the day for myself. And those hours I would fill either with dramatics rehearsals or with singing or with reading, etc. So I think it's not so difficult. You just have to keep an hour aside every day for yourself, and once you start doing that, the riyaz happens automatically. So usually I do my riyaz in the morning. Actually, the moment I get up in the morning, I have my cup of tea, and then I usually sit for my riyaz, and then I go for work after that, so that my riyaz is done for the day. Then even if I get delayed in the office, I don't stress because ho gaya riyaz already. So that's usually how I manage. But it's not so difficult. You just, once you make up your mind that you want to do it, it happens on its own. You also manage, no? Don't you manage your riyaz and your school? Same way, I also manage my riyaz in my office.
Did you ever not want to do your riyaz?
Yes. Oh, yes. So many times. There are days when you feel like, so I should clarify. Uh, I often sit for riyaz and then feel like I'm not able to sing today. Like maybe my voice is not okay, or maybe my mind is just not working, or maybe I'm sitting and doing riyaz but thinking about something else. And so in those moments, then you feel like, I should just stop doing riyaz now. What is the use of this? But I think over time you learn that there are ups and downs in your riyaz, like there are ups and downs in performance, right? Every performance can't be great. Every time you get in front of people and sing, it can't be fantastic. There are good days and bad days. So riyaz also has good days and bad days. And I think the key is to, even if you're having a bad day, just get through it. Get through it in the best way possible. And that's usually okay. But this happens very often. You feel like, aaj nahi karna hai yaar kuch bhi. So yeah, does happen.
What sort of you? Naughty or obedient?
Sorry, was I naughty or obedient?
With your riyaz?
With my riyaz or in life generally?
Both.
Both. Okay. With my riyaz and generally, I think I am a mixture of both. There are days when I'm very obedient, which means I'll do exactly what I'm told and exactly what I'm expected to do, etc. But then there are days when you feel like, let me break some rules today. Like today, I don't feel like listening to everybody. So it depends. Mood ki baat hai. Kabhi kabhi you're obedient, kabhi kabhi you're naughty. What about you? From your face, I'm thinking you're a very obedient child. Are you?
Mixture.
Mixture. So you're like me then. Okay. All right. Good. Yeah, I think mixture is the best. If you're naughty all the time, then you get into a lot of trouble. And if you're obedient all the time, then you have to have some fun also, no? Beach mein. So I think mixture rocks.
Most of the times, I take the punishment, and sometimes I slip out of it.
You slip out of it.
I
How
have
do
a
you
funny
manage?
mind.
Oh, you have that's, then after this talk is over, I should talk to you privately about how to get out of punishments. I still haven't figured it out.
And you can give me some tips to repay an older sister.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a deal, but that's a private conversation. We'll have it after.
What is your daily routine?
What is my daily routine? Okay, so usually I wake up in the morning at about 6:30 or 7 a.m. 6:30 actually. 7 is rarely. I then have a cup of tea because I'm addicted to tea. So I have a cup of tea, then I sit and do my riyaz. I'm usually I have to be at work by about 9:30 or so. So from 9:30 to about 5:30, I'm at work. Then I come back home, and if I have nothing else to do, then I sit and sing some more. Otherwise, normally when all of these travel restrictions, etc., weren't there, I usually meet some of my friends. We sometimes sit and we sing together, or I listen to a lot of music. I read some books, etc. And then I cook my dinner, I eat it, and then I go to sleep. That's my daily routine. But on weekends, usually I make it a point to go and attend some live concerts. I love listening to music being performed live. And, instead of just these recordings that we're so used to, plugging in and listening to, I like to go and listen to people singing. And that's what I'm missing right now in these pandemic days, because we can't listen to live music. But on weekends, I like to do that because weekends, I have the time to attend concerts. So, yeah.
Do you ever
Oh, yes.
forget?
And I should say one more thing. I usually also try to get some exercise in the evening, which is very important, right? Otherwise, how will you sustain your breath? How will you sustain your health? So that's another thing that I do.
Do you ever forget to do your riyaz?
Forget? No, I don't think I forget. There are days when I choose not to do my riyaz. Like, for example, if my throat is not in a great shape, or if I'm feeling like, there's a strain on my voice. Sometimes you sing a lot or you talk a lot and then you feel a strain on your vocal cords. So those days I will choose not to do my riyaz, but I never forget. It's too much a part of my day now for me to. Do you ever forget to eat your lunch? No. So it's the same thing for me. So it's like eating my lunch.
But I choose not to eat my lunch when I'm full.
Exactly. So that's exactly the point. So I also choose sometimes not to do riyaz when I'm not well, maybe, or but I don't forget to do my riyaz.
Did you ever feel frustrated when you got riyaz wrong?
Yes, all the time. I'm always thinking that I'm not getting it right, and I'm always frustrated. But I've realized that frustration is a good sign. It means that you are wanting to do better, and that is what frustration is, right? You want to do better, but it's not coming, and it's only that frustration that will then drive you to achieve what you want to achieve. So yeah, it happens all the time, and it happens to the best of people, by the way, not just you and me. So it's a frustration happens to everybody, and it's a good thing. It should happen. It shows that you want to improve.
And if you don't get frustrated also, it's okay, because then your mind, it's calm.
Exactly.
You can still work it out.
Exactly.
It's okay if you don't feel frustrated and if you feel frustrated.
Absolutely. Yeah. I agree with you. 100%.
How do you manage breathing during performances?
Breathing?
Meaning holding low notes for a long time.
Yeah. The trick is to breathe naturally. If you don't breathe naturally, then when we're talking, we're not thinking about our breathing, right? It's just happening naturally. We're taking breath in, and then while talking, we're exhaling. So the same thing should happen when you're singing. That way you don't have to, that way you're not worried about, should I be breathing in now? Should I be holding my breath? That kind of worry is a problem. So it's usually the best solution is to breathe as naturally as you can. Acha, tell me, Anush, when do you practice your music?
Afternoon.
In the afternoon, okay. And how do you practice your music?
Evening.
What do you do? Practice means what do you do?
Warm up, few songs, then few sargam whatever I'm learning now, and then I'm done.
Good. What do you warm up means? What do you do for warm up?
Sare gama padhani sa.
The alankars, the palte. Yeah, that's a very good habit. Huh? You must not let go of that, because those palte will really, they're called palte, no? They will really build your vocal abilities. They will really, but then once you figure out how to use your voice, you can sing any song you want. It will sound good because you know how to use your voice. So the voice is sort of like an instrument in many ways. When you're learning an instrument, when you learned the harmonium, initially it took you some time, to figure out where the keys were, etc. But once you figure it out, life becomes a little bit easier. So same way, you have to kind of figure out your vocal cords, and once you figure them out, then it's all good. Then you can sing whatever song you want.
I'm going to sing notation and words.
Okay.
Saga. Okay. Sa. Saga, 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 magare sani re, ni re, gare sani, saga, saga, sare gama pa, magare sani, sa, sa re sani, sare re, gare sare ga, magare sani re, sa, ga, magare ga, ma, ga, magare sare re. Pa dha pa ma ga ma pa ma ga re sa ni re sa ni dha pa ma ga pa dha ni sa ni dha pa ma ma re sa ni dha pa ma pa dha ni sa ni dha pa ma re ga re sa ni sa ma ga re sa ni sa ma ga re sa ni sa आओ 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 गुन गुन गाओ 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 छम छम नाचो नाचो छम 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 गुन 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 गाओ रे आओ गुन गुन गाओ छम छम नाचो गुन गुन गाओ रे आओ गुन गुन गाओ रे आओ छम छम नाचो रे आओ गुन गुन गाओ छम छम नाचो गुन गुन गाओ रे मोद भरे अति चाव भरे मन है सबके अब उमंग भरे मोद भरे अति चाव भरे मन है सबके अब उमंग भरे गुन 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 गाओ रे गुन 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 गाओ रे गुन
Hey,
गुन
very
गुन
nice.
गुन गाओ रे Thank you.
Did Sucheta teach you this?
Yes.
Very nice, very nice. You have a lovely voice, Anush. You must not lose this talent. You
Thank
must work
you.
hard and you must develop it.
Do you know how to play an instrument?
No, actually, I never learned how to play an instrument. The only instrument that I play is this one, which is
Tanpura.
the Tanpura. Yeah. And this is not, I mean, this is something that you just learn how to play, while you're singing. But apart from this, I never learned how to play any instrument. But, I have an interesting story. So when I was in school, we had gone for an inter-school competition. And we had gone to Lucknow for an inter-school competition. So this is when I was in Bombay. And we had to do a group song, okay? And none of us knew how to play the harmonium. Because along with the group song, somebody had to play the harmonium, right? You can't just have people sing. I mean, you can have people singing, but it would have been nice for somebody to play. So at that time, I remember just for that one song, I had learned how to play that one song on the harmonium, and I had played it with my group people. But after that, I never took the harmonium up again. So yeah, only the Tanpura.
Even I know how to play the harmonium. I like it.
You do? Wow. Okay, you must teach me sometime.
Who's your favorite artist?
Who's my favorite artist? So for me, I think my all-time favorite is Kishorita Yamonkar. I really enjoy listening to her music. I also like to listen to, have you heard of Pandit Kumar Gandharva? No. Okay, doesn't matter. He's no more now, but I really enjoy listening to his music. And of course, all of my gurus. I think all of my gurus are my favorite artists. I love listening to them. So yeah, those are my favorite artists.
I like Bhimsen Joshi.
You do? Okay. Yeah. I mean, he was a legend, so.
I like Ashwini Sai.
You like Ashwini Tai? That's nice. That's good. I'll tell her that you enjoy her music. Is there any particular piece by her that you'd like to listen to?
I don't know the name, but I like what she sings.
What she sings. That's good. Okay.
I watched a live performance of hers on not live, recorded, or maybe it was live, I forgot, on YouTube.
Recently?
Recently, last month, last week, I think.
Yeah, I think I also watched that actually. Yeah.
He
It was
was
shot in that
in that hall in Bombay.
yeah, that big auditorium, right? The convocation hall. I think it was the university's convocation hall. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I watched that too. It was great fun. Hey, so you and I maybe watched it together, just in different places. You in your house and me in my house. Yeah.
I like Rag Bhairav,
Oh, nice.
and there's a song that I learned, Suraj Ki Kirane.
Oh, you learned Ravi K. Oh, okay. Um, that's a very nice composition. So I usually don't have a favorite rag as such, but I have a favorite rag at the moment. So it changes every few months. So right now my favorite rag is this. So you since you said Bhairav, is this kind of Bhairav called Margi Bhairav. It's like Bhairav, but there are a few notes that are different. So right now that's my favorite rag, but it'll probably change in next month, and the month after that there'll be something else, and the month after that there'll be something else. So yeah, that's my favorite rag. Just that the composition that I learned for the first time from Manik Tai, I said that aha moment where you suddenly see something open up, a world that you hadn't seen before open up. And the composition that she was teaching me at that time was a Bandish, which is Sura Sangat Rag Vidya. And it's very interesting because that composition, unlike what we commonly see, the text is actually, so it says Sura Sangat Rag Vidya Sangeet Praman. So basically the text is they are guidelines for students that sur ke saath rag ki vidya you have to maintain. These are the sangeet ke praman, these are the measures of good music, etc. So that whole composition is so beautiful because it tells you exactly what you should be focusing on when you're thinking about music, and that's why I really enjoy that composition. I enjoyed learning that composition a lot.
Do you like superhero movies?
Do I like superhero movies? I used to really enjoy them when I was in college, but off late, I'm not such a big fan. I feel maybe that the same thing is being told over and over again. So I've stopped enjoying them, but I used to enjoy them a lot in college. Yeah.
Which movies did you watch in college?
Well, you won't know any of the movies that I watched when I was in college because it was so long ago. But I really liked I really like fantasy movies. So for example, the Lord of the Rings movies. Have you heard of the Lord of the Rings movies?
I have heard of them.
So the Lord of the Rings movies and the Lord of the Rings book, obviously. But I like the movies better in this case. Usually I like the book better, but in this case I like the movies better. So yeah, so a lot of fantasy movies. I also like to watch thrillers or mystery movies. Where there's some suspense. Those movies I really enjoy watching. Yeah.
My friend Arish, he's watched Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay. Is he your age or is he older than you?
Younger.
He's younger than you and already watched it. Oh, okay.
He's
But those
5
are
years
long
old.
movies. 5 years. Oh, okay. All right. And those are very long movies, but I think it's 3 movies and each one is maybe 2.5 hours or so. So it takes a while. But it's a good thing. It's fun to watch them during this pandemic time because you can't go anywhere anyway. So you might as well sit and catch up on all these things that you want to watch.
What are your hobbies apart from singing?
What are my hobbies? I like to read books. I really enjoy that. I used to enjoy playing tennis actually. I mean, I still enjoy playing tennis, but I don't play as much of it now as I used to. I used to play tennis in school. I used to go for tennis coaching and things like that. What else do I like to do? I like to eat. I am very fond of all different kinds of cuisines. I don't think you can call that a hobby though, but I enjoy trying out different kinds of food. Um, I like watching movies that are in like movies that are not in English. So I like watching foreign language movies because uh, it's great fun, to hear another language even though you don't understand anything. Yeah, that's about it. Reading, watching movies, a bit of tennis. Yeah, that sounds like my list of hobbies. What about you? What do you do when you're not studying and singing?
Mm, I like playing.
What do you like to play?
Mm, with my toys, cars. I have
Cars.
I
Oh,
have models of superheroes: Hulk, Thor,
oh, nice,
Iron Man. And
nice.
then when I was 5 or so, I said 5, I was at my nanny's place and it was Christmas Eve. I went to sleep and then in the morning my gifts were these dinosaurs, toy dinosaurs.
So did you like them or did you not like them?
I love the dinosaurs, I
You
still do.
love dinosaurs. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Have
So
you been to
then,
that park in Pune where they have those huge dinosaurs? There's a park somewhere in Pune, isn't there, where they have these massive statues of dinosaurs. You should ask your parents to take you after this pandemic is over, of course.
now I'm going to show you some of my drawings.
All right. Okay,
It's a
why don't you
party.
hold? Can you hold it slightly closer to the? Oh, it's so it's in Wali. You like Wali
And
painting?
yes, and I've sketched you, but you're doing work. Sorry.
Can you
This is
hold
me.
it? Can you hold it closer to the? Oh, that's me. Oh,
This is
that is
you.
me. That is me. Huh. Interesting. I did. Oh, I'm so Wali in that painting. How lovely. Thank you so
And
much for sketching me.
and out of the seed of a mango, I sucked all the mango out of it, washed it, and this is what I did to it. The same as what Ira did to
Which
her
is what?
mango seed.
Which is what? Oh, wow. Oh, a smiling face on a mango seed. Nothing can be happier than a happy, happy mango seed. Hey, you know what? Mango reminds me of a song, a classical song, actually. Shall I sing it for you? Okay, so this is something called a cheti. Have you heard of a cheti before? Okay, so let me tell you what a cheti is. So a lot of semi-classical music, it's called, comes from the north of India, from Uttar Pradesh, from Bihar. Folk music from that region. So what month are we in now? This is the month of
This is the month of May.
May, correct? So January, February, March, April, May, these are all months of the English calendar, what is called the Gregorian calendar. Okay. But there are other calendars, and there's a Hindu calendar as well. And one of the months of that calendar is called Chaitra, where the name of that month is Chaitra. And that month is from April to May, something like that, mid-April to mid-May. So it's the summer months, right? And what wonderful fruit that you just ate comes to us only in the summer?
Mango.
Mangoes. So imagine now if you're walking in a beautiful garden and have you seen mango trees? Are they big or small? Have you seen them? No, they're these big trees. Okay, mango trees are these huge trees and they make these massive canopies. Okay, and now imagine that you're walking through a garden and there are only these big trees everywhere and there are lovely mangoes hanging on them. Okay, wouldn't it be lovely to eat those mangoes? But wouldn't it be even lovelier if you got to share those mangoes with somebody you like, some loved one, some family member? So this song is about basically, it's the month of Chaitra. There are mangoes everywhere. Okay. But the person who's singing, her loved one is not with her. So she's feeling sad. That's what the song is about. Shall I sing a couple of lines for you? Okay. Was that good?
Very.
Did you like that? Yeah. So this is a kind of, so this tune, no, this da 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 da. So all different chetis have the same tune, but they have different lyrics. So that's the cheti form. So practice a lot of music and learn a lot of music, and then you can learn all these really cool and really melodious kinds of music from our country.
Now I'm just going to talk a little more.
Okay.
Going back to one of my interview questions, were you nervous before this?
Before this? No, I wasn't nervous before this. I mean, you're such a sweet guy. Why would I be nervous? I wasn't scared of you. So, were you nervous before this? Good. I'm glad. I'm usually not nervous when there's a small, like, this is a very nice thing. Not just you with me, we're sitting and we're exchanging thoughts. This is fun. Nervousness comes when there's like one large audience sitting in front of me and they're all looking at me. That makes me nervous.
And since we're all talking about mangoes,
Ah,
I'm going to tell you a story about my nanny's cousin brother who
okay,
was very naughty. So
okay,
he loved mangoes. And
okay.
and then I think my nanny's mother, I think she said, I'm putting this basket of mango under the bed. Don't eat it. So, you know what he did?
He ate
He
them.
went,
Didn't he eat them?
he
Yeah.
ate all of them and he took balloons and filled them
Oh no, shape of the mango, and you put them over there. Oh
in the field.
no.
And then he put
Oh
them and
no.
then when his mother wanted to make amras, she took it and the mango went. She took it and the mango went. Uh, Now we do the rapid fire.
Okay, all right, rapid fire. I'm ready.
So the instructions, I'm going to tell you a word and you need to think and you need to say the first thing that comes into your mind. And
Okay,
if you think it's not good enough, you have to still say it. No second
all
thing.
right, all right, done.
Okay, so first thing, tampura.
Sa,
Bacteria.
microscope.
Airport.
Coffee.
COVID.
Oh, very sad.
Pet.
Pet. Oh, my pet, Charlie. We have a pet dog at my parents' place, so him.
Tabla.
Rhythm.
Navy.
Navy. Ships.
Mountain.
Ice.
Maggie.
Maggie. Yummy.
Ra.
Rag. The ocean. Deep like the ocean.
Now we'll change the rapid fire a little bit.
Okay, all right.
You have to choose between two things that I say.
Okay.
And some are going to be hard.
Oh no. Okay, all right.
2 or 3. Sitar, Chennai.
Sitar.
Physical or online classes?
Physical any day.
Trekking or swimming?
Swimming.
Gulab jamun or cake?
Gulab jamun. Gulab jamun.
Interviewer or interviewee?
Both. I can't choose both. You're not allowing that answer. Okay. Interviewee.
Okay. Now for the 2 difficult ones.
Oh no. Okay.
Flute or reed pipe?
Oh. Flute, I think.
Tabla or drums?
Tabla.
Okay, so
That
we're
wasn't so
done with the
difficult.
rapid fire.
That wasn't so difficult. I think I was okay. Whew. I was scared there for a minute.
So we're done with the rapid fire.
How many
And
marks
it's
did
my-
I get?
You got all.
All. Okay, great. Excellent. I'm glad.
आए सखी बादरवा बरसन को आए सखी नैनी नैनी बूंदन गरज गरज नन्ही नन्ही बूंदन गरज गरज चहूँ ओरा बिजुरी चमकत बादरवा बरसन को आए बादरवा बरसन को आए सखी नन्ही नन्ही बूंदन नन्ही नन्ही बूंदन नन्ही नन्ही बूंदन गरज गरज चहूँ ओरा बिजुरी चमकत बादरवा बरसन को आए बादरवा बरसन को आए कोयला की कूक सुनत कोयला की कूक सुनत कोयला की कूक सुनत हुक उठत कलना परत छतिया फटत पिया बिन पिया 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 करत बादरवा बरसन को आए बादरवा बरसन को आए